Hey folks, it's Anna Rose, your evil overlady, and it's been a while, I know, since I have recorded anything. And I had attempted to do something this last week for the 4th of July with everything that had been happening. So I wrote up a script, and despite all my best intentions, I wasn't able to do the video, but I did post the script to the eviloverlady.com website if you're interested in reading it. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the past few weeks. Between the garbage with the Fapweasel and all that other kind of stuff, and the debate where Biden had a less than stellar appearance there. Keep in mind that Obama's first debate did not go well, and this has happened a lot in the past. Now, there are questions about his health. Keep in mind that in the 2016 campaign, Hillary ended up with a cold or something like that, as I recall. And there were suddenly questions about, did she have the stamina to be in the White House and all this other kind of stuff. And it got really stupid. And between that and the ridiculous accusations that were made about her, um, that have never, ever been proven, despite multiple attempts by the Republicans to um, frame her in a nice, pretty picture and send her off to political prison or whatever. Um, those were never proven. Anyway, yes, I mean, I do get it. People are concerned about Biden, and there are a lot of people who feel that he should step down and allow someone else to run. And the concern here is that there are four, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 months until the presidential election this coming November. And I don't see a replacement candidate being able to garner the support that would be required to potentially win against that orange menace um, uh, when that day comes. There has been a lot of publicity over this Project 2025 that basically would take the rights away from just about everybody and turn the entire US into a police state with the government doing his dirty work. Um, and with the recent Supreme Court ruling, there would be no consequences for that because the conservative justices on our Supreme Court have basically said that he wouldn't have to justify anything that he did. He could just do whatever he wanted as president. This also suggests, if you think about it, that our current president, Joe Biden, could order, as somebody once asked, SEAL Team 6 to go after DJT and take him out. And based on the Supreme Court's recent decision, there could be no question as to it having been done as long as Biden had it as an official act. And he'd be able to do that to any of his political opponents. Were Joe Biden the kind of person who would do something like that? And that's the difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Joe Biden knows how this government is supposed to be run. He has a long, long political history. He is familiar with the job. He was a vice president under Barack Obama, and he has done an exemplary job in cleaning up the garbage that was left behind, um, much like Obama cleaned up the garbage, though considerably less, that Shrubia left behind when he left office. Um, we need to stand up for ourselves. You know, I am really tired of people saying my vote doesn't count, it doesn't mean anything. I'm in this state or that state, and I'm just one little person. You need to get out and vote. Every time there is an election, it seems like the numbers of people who are voting are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, leaving the power of the vote to those people who actually get up off their asses and go to the polls or mail in their mail in ballot if you're able to do that in your state, whatever it is. You need to get out and you need to vote. Now, you need to vote blue no matter who. Now, that may be Joe Biden, it may be a replacement candidate. I don't know what's going to happen between now and November 5th. which oddly enough is apparently also Guy Fawkes Day, so that seems kind of appropriate. Um, if you have an issue with Joe Biden, whatever, but consider Project 2025. And if you have not read up on it, for the love of all that is holy and unholy, you need to read it, or at least read a condensed version of it, because it enumerates things like taking away Medicaid and Medicare, doing away with worker protections, such as no longer having overtime if you've worked at least 40 hours in the week, taking away women's reproductive rights, no longer teaching about African American history in this country and slavery and things like that. It's a laundry list of things that they want to do or to take away. And they want to put people in camps, and people in the LGBTQIA community, they want to take away protections about your sexuality. That's all there in Project 2025. So you may hate Biden or whatever for whatever reason. If nothing else, look at what this is going to mean for you as an individual if you do not get off your ass and vote in November. Because if you sit on your ass and this ends up happening, you have only yourself to blame. We are coming so close to being like Nazi Germany. Trump is talking about putting people in camps. Remember the last time people were put in camps? With the way that he wants to do things? There are still kids who have not been reunited with their families, who were taken away from their families when that asshat was in office. Who knows what's happened to those kids? There are people out there that today who would gleefully see slavery return. And if you're taking away people's rights, it's not that far a leap for slavery to become a thing again. You know, think about your loved ones, your friends and family, those who are part of the LGBTQIA community. You know, the ones who, who if you have friends who are immigrants, they want to do away with birthright citizenship. That's on that list. There's so much going on out there, and you need to get out there and do something about it. You need to get out there and you need to vote. And you need to make sure that the people around you are going to go to the polls and vote. Now, I do know that some states have enacted laws to make it more difficult for people to help other people get out there to vote. You need to find whatever way that will circumvent those anti-voting laws, because that's pretty much what they are, to get people to the polls. It isn't that long until whatever cutoff point the individual states have for people to be able to register to vote. So you get out there and you make sure that happens. We cannot have our country turn into the Fourth Reich. Because if you don't get out there and vote, and that asshat gets into office, that's partially your fault. Anyway, here's another video, and you can tell I'm not happy. So I'll talk at you later. Take it easy. Bye now.